Hey guys, once again here we are with the Age of Empires, the Forgotten Empires, looking at, unfortunately, the final civilization, the Slavs. And this is a civilization based on Russia, or Russian civilization, as it were, Slavs, and they're pretty damn cool. I like the Slavs a lot, and you'll see why as we go through the ages and explain everything that they get that makes them really cool. So I'm just going to start getting some upgrades because I know what I'm going to show you, and we need the upgrades to show you. Okay, so let's have a look at their individual and team bonuses. Right, their farmers have a plus 15% speed increase, so they gather 15% faster from farms. Very nice indeed, because that does mean that they're going to have a nice time booming. Once you get to the castle age, you get your extra town centre out, or centres, that's usually the case. Your villagers are going to gather food faster once you've transitioned onto farms, and that's obviously going to give you a nice little advantage. Keep getting the upgrades over there. Right, and yeah, the tracking is free. For those of you who don't know, tracking gives you plus line of sight on your infantry. So again, it's not too overpowering, but it's nice because these are a fairly infantry-based civilization, and it gives them more map visibility as they're traveling around. So always a good thing. And their siege costs 15% less. Also very nice, as you'll see later, because they have a lot of very good siege available to them. And finally, their team bonus is that rams work 20% faster. So imagine if you've got 3 or 4 rams going across towards an enemy wall. Working 20% faster is going to make them so much harder to combat. It means that your opponent has got to get to the rams quickly because the buildings are just going to crumble beneath them, and that's never a good thing if you are the one being targeted by that. Alright, so let's have a look at what units they have available to them. From the barracks, not the blacksmith, like I said last time. Um, they have all the infantry available apart from Eagle Warriors because once again, they're not Mezzo. And again, champion, halberdier, all the way available there. And I'm going to get some upgrades here as well because their infantry is pretty cool with the unique technology that they have available to them. For me, a little bit of a downside at the stable. They don't have paladins available to them, and again, no camels because can't remember the last time I saw a camel in Russia either. Let's get bloodlines from here, and they do get bloodlines, which is nice, but they don't get paladins, which isn't so nice because paladins are pretty cool. Yeah, archer-wise, very poor archers. They don't get arbalests, they don't get cavalry archers, they don't get thumb ring, and they don't get any hand cannoneers. So once again, I wouldn't go archers with Slavs because very poor fielding of archer units there. They do get elite skirmishers though, so later on in the game, trash unit, knock yourself out. You can get plenty of elite skirmishers, but again, not an amazing civilization for archers. Now this is where they come into their forte. Siege Workshop. Everything is available at the Siege Workshop, as well as this little thing here, which is available to everyone by the looks of it. But I'm going to show you this in a little bit because this is really cool, the Siege Tower. And because these are a very siege-based civilization, I've decided to save the Siege Tower until this video instead of showing it you before. So, as I just said, siege-based, they can upgrade to Siege Rams, they can upgrade to Siege Onagers, and they can upgrade to Heavy Scorpions. A little more to be said there. At the university then, they don't get any fortified walls, similar to their Magyar cousins, and that's obviously not great, but it's not the end of the world either, because these are quite an offensive civilization from what I've seen. And they don't get any bombard towers, so they don't get, I forgot to say that, they don't get bombard cannons either, so their gunpowder isn't, well, it's pretty much non-existent, but they do get the chemistry upgrade, which is interesting. So, yes, that's pretty much it for the units available, apart from the unique unit, which we're going to look at now, which is the Boyar. The Boyar, the unique unit. It's basically a cavalry unit with high melee armor. Pretty damn cool, because melee armor is not something you see that much on cavalry, and this is going to make them very effective against paladins and against champions. Pretty cool. As you can see, 120 HP, 10 base attack, 4 base armor on the melee there, and obviously I've got the upgrades giving them +4 and +3. But yeah, So let's upgrade them to elite, and I'm going to continue to upgrade at the barracks. I completely forgot to do that. Get some armor on them as well, and yeah, Slav's pretty damn cool. Elite Boyar is on the way, and we'll be able to see what upgrades that offers as well. As usual, I've got the horde of paladins over here, so we'll be able to see how the Boyars do stand up to them, even though they're fully upgraded. And also I like the model for these as well. It looks quite similar to the Joan of Arc model used from the original campaigns, I do believe. I think the Joan of Arc campaign was indeed in the very first version of AoK. Try not to give too many sneak peeks away. And there we go. So Elite Boyar upgrade, 150 HP. Bear in mind we've got bloodlines on this, so it would actually be 130 without bloodlines. 14 attack and 6 melee armor, plus 3, so that gives it up to 9. Amazing melee armor there for them. And let's have a look at their unique technologies. Castle Age, they get something called Orthodoxy, which gives their monks extra armor. In fact, it gives their monks plus 3 pierce and plus 3 melee armor, which is fairly nice. Now, I don't use monks that much, but I can see how that does offer an advantage for someone who does. Your monks are going to be more resilient, which obviously means that they are going to be able to um, be have a higher chance, sorry, of converting an archer unit, for instance. And their Imperial Age unique technology is the Druzhina. I don't know how to pronounce that because it's Russian. Anyway, that basically means that infantry damage adjacent units, and I'm really excited about this one because it's really damn cool. It's like the Cataphract trample damage. If you play Byzantines, their unique unit is that Cataphracts do adjacent damage to adjacent units, basically trample damage, and it's the same for infantry. I don't know if it's going to be too overpowered, but it's going to be damn cool. And I'm going to upgrade to champion and maybe demonstrate some of that if I can. Pretty cool nevertheless. So we've got these boyars, and let's send one boyar against 2 paladins and just see how it does. I'm curious. I'm curious. Bear in mind, look at these paladins, 192 HP. They are pretty cool. Bear in mind that these are Franks, so they are going to be stronger. The boyar managing to eat up that melee damage like it was nothing. Absolutely eating that melee damage up. As you see, that's 2 paladins attacking that right there. And it's going to be able to take out 1, that's for sure. It's not going to be able to take out this one, but just eating up that damage. I mean, you know, the paladin does 14 attack, and it's only managing to get through 5, I think. Yeah, 5. Bear in mind that these are Frankish paladins, so they have the extra hit points, unfortunately. So the demonstration isn't going to be as good as it should be with against normal, but never mind. Let's bring in a horde of boyars and see how they can actually stand up here. If these were against units such as... Alright, that one's dead. No, that one didn't stand a chance. So lock this gate, lock this gate. Send them in here and see how they do. We are outnumbering the paladins, remember, but again, just if you look at the HP bars, just soaking up the damage so well. Really, really cool. Able to soak up a lot of damage there. And obviously we've seen this test a few times with the other civilizations. And as you can see, I've actually sent in less boyars than I have the Genoese crossbowmen or anything. So let's send them in here and again see how they do. I don't think they're going to stand up to much this time. Let's have a look. Okay, so again, if we look at the bar here, they are just soaking up the damage. Really, really not losing that much HP at all. This one's being targeted. That one's dead. I hear more paladins dying, and it looks like these boyards could actually do a hell of a lot of damage. Bear in mind that these are Frankish paladins, and there we go. Bring these over here, and yeah. So as you've just seen by that demonstration, these guys are going to be so strong. They are a rival to the Paladin, and although they don't have amazing pierce armor, with the upgrades they do, and I actually really love that unit. It's actually awesome. Unfortunately, I've just gone and killed all of the enemy units on the map, and I can't really demonstrate the champion trample damage, but fortunately, you'll be able to get this sooner or later, and you'll be able to see for yourself exactly how it works. Yep, let's have a look at their wonder then. Isn't that cool? That's awesome. I like that a lot. Reminds me of something that I can't quite remember. Victory Arch or something like that. It might even be called the Victory Arch. Looks damn cool. I'm going to delete that now because I don't want to win the game by accident by the wonder time running out. Oh no, the wonder's gone. What a shame. Anyway, I wanted to show you the siege tower because the siege tower is cool and it looks to me like it's going to be available to all the civilizations, which is fun. It's always fun. Oh, I also wanted to point out as well, the blacksmith upgrades, they don't get the extra infantry upgrade here at the blacksmith, so that's cool. But it's interesting to me how that the Boyar is such a powerful cavalry unit, yet they don't get paladins. It's not too fishy, I suppose, but it's fairly interesting nevertheless. As you can see, Siege Tower here fires out a volley of arrows. You can garrison up to 6 units in there, and that makes it really cool. As you see, just killing off that wolf there, and doesn't that look awesome? Garrison units in there. It's very good against obviously archer units, but unfortunately it does not stand up to other siege. Any mangonel fire onto that will just wipe it out pretty easily, and they've been regarded as moving castles, which is pretty cool because you can obviously garrison 6 units in there, sending out a lot of arrows, and pretty nice. I love the siege tower. At the moment, it doesn't let units hop over walls, but that could be added in the future potentially, if that's possible. We'll have to see, wait and find out. And yeah, I think that pretty much concludes the Slavs, and I really like the civilization. They're pretty cool, and I'm looking forward to being able to play them multiplayer online with you guys. So, as usual, little disclaimer: all the videos you've seen so far on all of the civilizations is not guaranteed to be the way it is in the final version. Obviously, there is a beta team working on this at the moment, and there could be some changes to the way things work and some of the upgrades that the civilizations have available to them. So I think it's going to stay fairly similar, but there may be a few changes. Regardless, though, you have had an insight into all of the new civilizations. There's going to be a couple more videos on the Age of Empires, the Forgotten Empires, but for now, I'm going to have to say goodbye, and it's going to be exciting to see when this comes out, and you'll be able to play all of these new civilizations for yourself. Once again, there's no confirmed release date yet, but it will be out in the year of 2012. So, as usual, I've been Zach, and I'll see you next time.